believe this is happening? Can you believe this is happening? What is happening?
It's like a movie. It's like a movie. But yeah, shalom, guys. Shalom. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You know, hope you guys can hear us. We don't have the mics today, and we're right here on the main road, so you might hear cars, motorcycles, as you just heard. So just bear with us. Yeah, this stuff is crazy. Like we've been hearing it for weeks, but it's just like, oh, something's about to happen, and then they keep talking about it, really not giving no clear answer of what's really going on. And you know, all praise to the Most High that you know we have the insight and foresight of what could happen and what will happen. So you just gotta be aware of stuff like this and understand, like, hey, things are unfolding right in front of our eyes, and we're definitely gonna see things that
that are different.
Yeah, it's different. It's we really gotta prepare our minds and hearts for what we see in movies. Put it like that.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
This is really like some movie type stuff. Like I'm like, what the heck? I just seen a couple of videos and I'm like, wow, this is like really like a movie.
And you know, in the Dream Life Africa group, by the way, you can go click our channel and become a part of Dream Life Africa. But in the Dream Life Africa group, I shared this earlier, and somebody that's currently in Pennsylvania was actually saying that she's been seeing stuff like that recently. She said the first time she saw was last year, but then it picked up in the last few days and the last few weeks. And it's interesting how it's right now mainly the East Coast, New Jersey and New York, mainly New Jersey, but apparently they had to shut down the New York airport for a while. I'm assuming because whatever objects were up there were in the way of the airplanes taking off. And so this is just hitting all the news stations right now. People are sending in videos. People are saying they're seeing this stuff in China. They're seeing it in different places of the world.
Yeah, pretty much all around the world, the UK, France, Italy. Like I'm like, wow, this is because for me, I really haven't been paying attention to it until like just now, I guess, before this video. And I'm like, wow, this is very interesting. You know, you gotta, I don't know what to say about it, but it just sounds like some movie type stuff.
Well, let's read the article. This comes out of New York. This is just like the last hour. The last 35 minutes. This is Eyewitness News, ABC 7 New York. State and local officials in New York and New Jersey are demanding more action from the federal government in getting to the bottom of the drone sightings sparking alarm amongst residents. At a news conference in Seaside Heights, New Jersey on Saturday, Republican Chris Smith said he's working on legislation to give state and local authorities more power to track and bring down aerial drones. Smith said the New Jersey officials are demanding more action from Fed partners, calling the drones a very considerable danger. During the news conference, the congressman described concerning sightings over the past few weeks by law enforcement officers and military personnel. This crisis really is the ultimate wake-up call to threats posed by potentially hostile drones, he said. In New York, officials at Stewart International Airport, located 60 miles north of New York City, said they shut down their runways for an hour after the Federal Aviation Administration alerted them that a drone was spotted in the area around 9:30 p.m. What do you think of that so far?
Everything happens in New York first.
Like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I think about it. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like it's crazy how like they see it. They say, oh, we have to report about it. You know, it's a lot of people talking about it. We gotta say something, and they really not saying anything about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, because when I read this, I'm like, anybody in those type of high level spheres would know that this is happening. And so the folks that are up there, the elites, they know what's going on. They know whether it's Russia, China, or somebody else from another dimension, right? They know what's going on. but they will not alert the American people. They will never do that. They, like, if you thought they was ever going to alert you, they probably do their covenants and do their little pinky finger promises. They're like, don't tell them unless we absolutely have to, because this just seems very generic when I'm reading this. We're only halfway through. Again, New Jersey, New York are seeing this increase in UFO, or they have the new acronym now, sightings, that is coming to a full head. They said in 2024 alone, 757 UFO sightings have been discovered. And it's like, okay, I think it was up from like 2023. It was only like 50 something. And the fact that I have to say that that's a only just sounds strange. We were talking earlier when we were taking our walk, and we were like, it's crazy to say this. Even in 2020, with the pandemic, all of the things that were happening around that time, it would have been foreign to be like, oh, there's a UFO. Yes, you would see it on like those history documentaries, Ancient Aliens, all these type of things. But for us to sit here and have a conversation like this is just, we are in a new era in 2025, okay? You might as well just say it's 2025, because you're entering a new era, and you're going to come to the place, especially if you're in the West, America will never be back to normal. If you haven't noticed that yet, I don't know, because just in 2020 you wouldn't hear stuff like this. You may hear it on a documentary, but it wouldn't literally be on your front news, and they're shutting down the airport because there's a UFO on the track.
They weren't people saying like they were spraying some stuff?
I don't know.
Or something at night. I think you told me that this morning.
I'd have to. I don't have that article. I don't know.
Spraying stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'd have to pull that article up. But yeah, let's keep reading the article. Specifically, she called on Congress to pass the counter UAS. Oh, that's the new acronym, I guess. UAS. I don't know. UAS Authority Security, Safety, and Reauthorization Act, which would strengthen the FAA's oversight of drones and give more authority to state and local law enforcement to investigate the activity. First of all, why would they not be able to investigate the activity if there's stuff flying up in the sky? Why would they have to get approvals to investigate the activity? To me, that's just weird. They could investigate everything else. They got no problems lynching black men and black women, but to investigate a random flying object in the capital of the U.S. Well, New York isn't the capital, but where a lot of things pop off in the U.S. But hey, maybe they know something I don't know anyway. Until those powers are granted to state and local officials, the Biden administration must step in by directing additional Fed law enforcement to New York and the surrounding region to ensure the safety of our critical infrastructure and our people. Federal officials have repeatedly stressed that there is no evidence of any of the reported drones posing a national security or public safety threat or having any foreign connections. So it's not a threat. You're going to be safe, but they are not foreign connections. What does that mean?
It sounds like the movie Day After Tomorrow, where they just allow the things to float in the air until they act on them, and then they just react and destroy it. That's what it sounds like to me. And please let me know in the comments if I got the right movies. I know it's a couple movies like that where the UFOs just stay in the sky until they like kind of poke at it and then they react. I think it's The Day After Tomorrow or something like that. Yeah.
A Department of Homeland Security official said that they are confident that many of the reported drone sightings are in fact manned aircraft being misidentified as drones. So I just wonder, are they saying they're American manned aircraft? Because just the paragraph before they said it's not international. They're saying it's not Russia, it's not China, it's just manned aircraft. But they don't know where it's from. This sounds very ambiguous. This is just, I'm not getting any clear answers. They're like, don't be afraid, it's nothing to worry about, but we don't really know what's happening. It's like, alrighty then. What exactly are you trying to tell me? You want one of these? You have to sit over here. Sit. So that's the Department of Homeland Security again. They are having the New Jersey, New York sightings. The New York airport was shut down briefly for an hour overnight. You may say, why were they shut down? It was shut down because within 60, I don't know if it was 60 miles, I forget what the measurement was, but within a certain distance, there were drones, or what they're saying is now small manned aircrafts that were apparent right there where the planes would go out, okay? And so it's just very ambiguous. Again, you can look at this article as well on Eyewitness News ABC 7, but it's just very ambiguous. I wouldn't trust this. It just sounds like they know what's going on, but they don't want to tell you what's going on, but they're going to let you know you're safe. They don't think it's Russia, China. They don't think it's anybody that's foreign, but it's just very ambiguous. Like, I don't know what y'all thinking. It's very ambiguous. They say the FBI official also discussed how investigators overlaid the locations of the reported drone sightings and found that the density of reported sightings matches the approach pattern of the New York area busy airports, including Newark, Liberty, JFK, and LaGuardia. But an FAA official says that there have, without a doubt, been drones flying over New Jersey, pointing to the fact that nearly 1 million drones are registered in the U.S. They shut down the airport over it, so are they suspecting it's somebody in the U.S. that's doing this? It's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody commented and said some YouTubers are saying that the government knows and the large drones are watching UFO orbs in New Jersey. That's what I heard too. I heard, like, just say if there is a UFO, they would send a drone up. And then from what I heard from another YouTuber, they said as soon as they get close enough to the drone, their battery drains and just shuts off. And they just, yeah. So
that's a struggle.
It's like what's really going on? This could be very, very serious. Because something is just off with this whole article right here. They're saying stuff, but they're really not saying anything. They're saying a lot, but they're not saying nothing. And it's just like, man, this like something like it really reminds me of that movie. I want to say, can you look up The Day After Tomorrow real quick? I think it's.
Are we watching that tonight?
Maybe. I think it's that movie, The Day After Tomorrow. Is it the no? It's not The Day After Tomorrow. Dang, what is the movie called? Please let me know. If you know in the comments, please comment and let me know what I'm trying to talk about. It's not The Day After Tomorrow. I think it's a movie with Will Smith. This gonna get to me. What movie is that? Do you know the movie?
This is all a joke. This is just mind blowing to me. I switched articles. I'm on USA Today right now. I wanted to switch. I like to get different thoughts. That's, the journalist, writer, research style. You get different thoughts so that you can see the data and see the different positioning. So this one, the title is Drone Sightings Prompt Worries, but these theories could explain what's happening. This one is from USA Today if you want to follow along, by Jeannie Santucci. So, for the last month, New Jerseyans have reported odd lights in the sky at night, a rash of reported drone sightings, and has attracted the attention of local residents and even President-elect Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump, he said, I think it was in a tweet, he was like, hey, shoot them down. Don't matter who it is. Shoot everything down. Y'all know he be lit. He stays ready, okay? Concerned witnesses have described clusters of light, saying they look like drones hovering over populated areas around the state. Now, even the sightings have expanded to New York and Maryland. They expand in territory. Government officials haven't been able to put people's minds at ease. Well, I mean, why would your mind be at ease when you see random things floating in the sky above your home more often than not? I mean, your mind would not be at ease no matter how much gaslighting the media wants to do. You would start to calculate, okay, am I safe? What is this? What's going on? Is this a hijacking? Like, what's up? Because that's weird. So, who or what is behind the mysterious drone sightings? Because the sightings aren't confirmed to be connected. It's possible different sightings have different explanations. I don't think that makes it much better. if they're not connected, I don't think that makes it much better. Like, why would they say that? Because the sightings are not confirmed to be connected, it's possible they have different explanations. This sounds confusing. This just sounds like a hot mess central going on right now. Federal authorities have tried to reassure residents that the objects don't appear to be operating nefariously. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security have said such sightings mostly appear to not be drones at all. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity where reported drones are in fact manned aircraft or facilities. Meanwhile, New Jersey lawmakers say they believe there is more to the story than feds have shared publicly. Ooh, you know, a house divided cannot stand. The local agencies don't trust the feds right now. A house divided cannot stand. I'm gonna say that again, the local agencies, according to USA Today, in New Jersey and New York, do not trust the feds telling them that there's nothing wrong and that everything's okay. The local agencies are like, no, something is wrong. Tell me what's going on. And the feds are like, nope, it's nothing. So welcome to 2025. That's your early debut to the year of the UFOs, I guess. You just, you sit on the porch at night and you just see all the UFOs flying around.
Confusion. All this is so confusing.
On Thursday, Republican Chris Smith of New Jersey criticized the Biden administration for being dismissive about the reported sightings, arguing the White House has failed its obligation to the American people to figure out and tell us what is going on immediately. The lack of clear answers has fueled rampant speculation and bizarre or joking theories. All right. Oh yeah, we forgot when the Chinese spy balloon drifted across the U.S. for a week. Was that in the spring or the summer?
I don't even remember.
It's too much. It's too much to even keep up with. So, has anybody seen these that are in the chat? We do have people in Dream Life Africa that have already said, yes, we're seeing it in Pennsylvania. Yes, we're seeing it in New Jersey. Yes, these things are actually happening. We're seeing it with our own eyes. Let us know in the chat. Have you seen this in Maryland? They're saying it's expanding into Maryland now. Is it in Delaware? Is it just all over the East Coast and they're slow to talk about it? Have you seen anything with the local agencies that just aren't trusting the feds anymore? Anybody that works in those sectors and is like, this is just going crazy. So I don't know, y'all. We're happy and thankful to be able to share this with you all because they're interesting times that we need to be aware of so we can be on code. And again, we always tell our people, as things continue to heat up and become crazier in America, you're going to want to have your stakes and your investments in Africa. You're going to want to spend time here because, this is just escalated like 100% from 2020. You thought the pandemic was an issue. Now they got stuff on the East Coast that's just floating in the sky. Like, it's different. It's much different than 2020.
I think it's more of, it's very spiritual when you really think about it. Because, like, everything that we just read is very confusing. It's not a straightforward, simple answer. I thought I saw a drone. There's somebody out there with a light.
You're funny.
But yeah, it's very confusing. And it just tells me, like, who are you going to be molded by? Like, really, are you going to be molded by this information and, keep looking up at the sky and just worrying about whatever they're telling you, just kind of waiting on answers to be like, okay, oh, this is what's happening? Or are you really going to dig deep and focus on what you need to do for what the Most High needs you to do and what he needs you to, or what he's trying to mold you to be and do in the last days? Because obviously these are the last days, and all this stuff that's happening, it's going to be some more crazier stuff that is going to happen. So it's like, who are you being molded by? Like, really, where is your mindset? Where's your eyes and ears? Because, like, I know I've been hearing it, but it's like I really haven't been paying attention to today.
Yeah, same here.
Because it just keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. So, like, what's really going on? When stuff like this happens and it pops up, it's like what's really going on, and what we just read is very confusing. It's very confusing. So I don't want to be motivated by this for sure. Yeah, shalom, Ricky. Welcome, guys. Make sure you like the video.
That's interesting. Now listen to this. This is from the BBC. Along the same topic, again, we're talking about the New Jersey drone sightings, okay? The New York airport was shut down for an entire hour. They're saying these sightings are happening in Maryland as well. Maryland, New Jersey, New York. All y'all know on the channel as Americans, y'all know that that's like where everything happens. That's like, Pentagon, all the folks, Maryland, DC, New York, very important spaces, okay? And so this line is from BBC. In Maryland, former Republican Governor Larry Hogan claimed he saw what appeared to be dozens, not one, dozens of drones over where? His house in Davidsonville, 25 miles from Washington, D.C. I think something nefarious is going on behind the scenes. I don't think America will let the people know. And I think we're going to see a split because from what I'm seeing in these articles, the local agencies disagree with the Fed about telling what's really happening. The local agencies are like, no, I don't believe you, the Fed. The Fed are like, no, everything's fine. They just, it's just random folks flying up there. We don't know who they are, but it's cool. They flying over the Capitol. They flying over everybody's favorite city, New York City, but it's all fine. But on the flip side, the local agencies, and I think you're going to see this divide further happen. The house divided cannot stand. And it's so symbolic because it's really just another red flag that shows you, hey, America's time of being the top world power is finished. When you see that these local agencies are dividing from the Fed, it's literally a house divided cannot and will not stand. There's this distrust that's going to happen where the local agencies feel like they're being lied to. The federal agency is like, hey, nothing's going on. No, I see them up there. I know them dozens of drones was over your house, Mr. Governor, but it's nothing. It's fine. It's cool. That's weird. Dozens of drones just can't be a mistake. It's not like a coincidence. No matter how much they want to gaslight and do all of these psychological tactics, if you look up and see dozens of drones, I would hope you're not going to be like, oh, it's just another day. Everything's fine.
What is that? I'm sorry.
What was you about to say? Were you saving that for the movie? I don't know.
It's still stuck around. Please, somebody help me. Please, somebody help me with the movie that is I can't get out. I can't get it out of my head because this is what.
Well, we can research it after. I don't know what the movie is.
It's with Will Smith. Please, somebody help me. It's with Will Smith with aliens. It's not The Day After Tomorrow. But I know the movie, but I don't know the title.
Oh.
If anybody know that's watching, please put it in the chat.
And I just want to ask people, this is so serious, my question. For those that are like, since 2020, everything's fine, America's the greatest place. From 2020 to where we are December 2024, can you honestly say with integrity in your heart that America is the greatest nation? And that everything is business as usual? I mean, dozens of drones over one of the governor's house of Maryland. 20 miles from DC. He goes on to say, again, I'm reading this from BBC, like many who have observed these drones, I do not know if this increasing activity over our skies is a threat to public or national security. He wrote on X, formerly Twitter, but the public is growing increasingly concerned and frustrated with the complete lack of transparency and dismissive attitude of the federal government.
Yeah. Independence Day.
I never seen it.
Thank
you.
You
Got Will Smith in it?
Yes, thank you everybody that said Independence Day. Yes, that's the movie that I'm talking about, how like it was just in the sky, just waiting there until they actually poked at it, and then everything just went crazy. That's what it seemed like to me. And they always say some stuff before it happens. They always show you in the movies and stuff like that, Hollywood, whatever, before stuff happens. So this, like it's happening. It's happening. Like
This is a good time.
people are seeing it, and you just gotta realize, like, dang, like what's really going on? Like I know I see comments, angels of the Most High. You get what I'm saying?
This is a good time to be under
lot.
the blood of Yahusha. Like, if you are straddling the fence, if you halfway hot, halfway cold, you halfway here, you halfway there, you up there, you down there, you all over the place, this is a great time to zoom in and not be scattered.
Yeah, that's what I said
earlier. If you're calling an election, sure. Whatever you're calling an election is, if it's in Africa, if it's in Brazil, whatever you're calling an election, make sure it's sure. Because that's just weird. This reminds me of like when you would, I used to watch like with my dad these documentaries called Ancient Aliens, and they would always talk about how like in Egypt these things would happen. But the spiritual thing that people aren't understanding is certain entities do not come to certain places without rituals being done. Like, folks don't just pop up and it's like, woohoo! Like, certain spiritual practices have to be practiced for both the good and the bad. Spiritual practices are in place so that these different nations can communicate with these different entities and things like that. I think that's something that the world has forgotten and lost sight of. And even if you look at the book of Enoch, it's very clear. It's very much clear. And so this is just a great time to look back on history and have a very sober mind about the things that are coming to the earth. Because it's literally written, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. So you have to ask, okay, Father, what were the days of Noah? Was everybody just chilling and everything was sweet? He's like, no, just read the book of Enoch. You go look at Enoch. It says the fallen ones were laying with the humans. What? The fallen who? The fallen messengers. Who are the fallen messengers? These are the giants that came down to the earth. As in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. That's the time we're in. And guess what? For anybody that does not think America's the new Egypt, these types of entities can only come in to a area that has been devoted to them to be invited to. That's how the spirit realm works. We as humans have the authority, the dominion, and the power. Don't ever forget that. But when humans are outside the will of the Most High, humans get into these people doing this CERN, these people doing these Satanism things, these people doing all these different things. Then what? Because me personally, the only spirit I like to talk to is the spirit of the Most High. I don't want to talk to no messengers. I don't invite no messengers. I get direct access with the Most High. How? Through Yahusha's blood. The veil is down. So believers have to be very careful, because even Satan can camouflage himself as a messenger of light. And if we don't go back and understand history, if we don't go back and understand Enoch, if we don't inquire and say, what were they doing in ancient Egypt? What were these things that happened in the days of Noah, and inquire properly and have discernment, then a lot of people in America for sure are going to be beguiled, thinking, oh, it's so cool, woohoo, click, click. Hey, look at that, it's so beautiful. Interacting with different entities. Yeah. You either looking for Yahusha's return or you looking for a different return. Me personally, I only speak to Yahusha and his return. I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's just like I said earlier. Like, who are you being molded by? Like, this really sounds like they're trying to mold people to make this as normal. Just like he said, like when stuff hit the fan and be like, oh wow, finally, yes, it's so beautiful, and it's like they're molding you. They're molding you to believe like what they're trying to tell you. They're molding you for, hey, oh, what's next? Oh, they just dropped this. Let's see what it is. Or are you gonna be molded by the Most High? Like, you really gotta pick a side. Pick a side.
We gonna see people picking a side. 2025 is gonna be the year you gonna see who has authority and who doesn't. You gonna see who really believes in the Bible, who doesn't. You gonna see who really has authority and who doesn't. These aren't joking times. Do our people have within their vessels the ability to bind up and rebuke giants? Do you? If you don't, you might want to get that authority quickly. Because the friends over there in New Jersey, and isn't New Jersey the place where they had the Satanic Temple? Now, could that be a coincidence? Let me look that up. Where's it? Is that in New Jersey? Look, you gotta put 1 and 2 together, y'all. Oh, my bad. It's in Salem, Massachusetts. Close enough, right? Still the East Coast. This is crazy. Like, this is so bad. Just outright. That's a shame, y'all. That's a shame.
This is probably the most I've seen politicians and people that's in power coming on TV to talk about something. Like, I don't know about you, but this is probably the most, like, I'm seeing new faces talk about this, talk about that. It's just like,
I would leave America like yesterday if I were y'all. We say this every time, but I'm serious. I just wouldn't be there. I really just wouldn't be there when they're about to debut the Fallen Ones and they're like, actually, guys, they're our friends. And it's like, you tripping, that ain't my friend. No. There's only one return I'm looking out for, and it ain't that. There's only one. But this is why it's so important to really understand spiritual warfare and the things of the Most High. There's a need for the body of Yahusha to get on meat and not milk. We don't have time to be on milk. If you're on milk, you're going to have to stay over there because it's meat time. You're way too late at this rate. It's just way too late to just play foolish. Because this stuff ain't no joke.
yeah.
As in the days of Noah. If you have not looked at what the days of Noah are like, and you're like under some church or somebody that's like, no, don't read the book of Enoch, I would leave them behind and I would go and sit. And I would say, Father, please show me these things in the book of Enoch. Then I would read the book of Enoch. And then I would come with the understanding and discernment. Yes, it's going to be odd to read it. Yes, you're going to be like, what on earth? But at the end of the day, there's some information that you do not have that you need to have. Because the people perish for a lack of knowledge either way. Hosea 4:2. The people not succeed for a lack of knowledge, perish. You know what it is to perish? Like you have dust and it's just whoosh, gone, perish. You have a building, an earthquake comes, boom, perish. The people perish for the lack of knowledge. Then the drones was at Trump's golf course as well. So, it's just, I don't know. They wanted to play golf. I don't know. Very weird. But they're like, it's not from Iran. It's not from Russia. It's not from China. And I think you can literally just say, the time of America's increase has come to a halt. It is finished. Anytime you see any society, and this is why I love history, any society that you look at the Greeks, the paintings they had on their wall. You look at Egypt, the paintings they had on their walls. These societies would get to a certain place. They would get to their height. And then you can even think about it like this with King Saul as well. Anytime these people and these entities get to a certain height, these principalities get to a certain height, and then they feel like they're losing, they start to tap in to other powers. Because they're like, oh, I'm losing power. I need to get more power. And the Most High can't hear me. He's not listening to me because of all my transgressions. And so I got to tap into some kind of power some way. And then they start tapping into these powers. And then they're like, oh, can I undo that? No, it's too late. It's too late. You already done did it. So if anybody was questioning, is America really Babylon? Is America really Egypt? I think it's pretty clear. I mean, just look at the dollar bill. Just look on the back of that. Isn't that pretty clear? Maybe I'm missing something. It's pretty clear when you have a pyramid and the all-seeing eye on the dollar that you spend every day. And I don't spend that dollar every day because I'm not in America. Thank y'all.
America's just so wicked. Like I don't know if y'all know about the $20. Look up the $20 bill. This might be something that people need to see because this was I think I saw this as we were preparing to leave, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. Uh, the man hanging.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, what is going on? Why did they put this on the $20 bill? Let me know, guys, if y'all know about this $20 bill and how I think it's on the back of the bill where they have the yeah, we're looking at it now. What is it, the Capitol building? I think it's the Capitol building or something like that. And they actually have a black man hanging on like a pedestal, and then the bushes is like a crowd of people looking up at him.
Mm-hmm.
And that should tell you, like, all these bushes right here.
Oh right, that's crazy.
Yeah. So just real quick, I'm gonna show you guys this because this is something that got me like all messed up. Look at that. And if you got a $20 bill, I want you to pull it out and look at it, cause this is crazy. Like, look at that man right there. And then if you really take a close look at the bushes here, people looking
Right.
up at him being hung, and look at the window, people in the window watching, and it's
The founding fathers. Good deliverance.
it's more clear. It's more clear on like the $20 bill. Like I know it's hard to see, but that really like got me like, whoa, I need to get out this place. I really need to get out this place because
And stay out.
that's
look.
crazy how they put that stuff on the bill, and then we touch it every day. We spend it, and it's like
I'm so glad we ain't spent no dollar bills in 4 years. Good deliverance. I mean, and it's literally when you travel and the Most High is giving you the grace, the provision, the ability, the mind, the wisdom, everything that's necessary to live abroad long term. It's literally like deliverance. Like on a physical, obviously deliverance happens on a spiritual level, but even on a physical level, to be out of that treacherous nation is just like, because this stuff they just put in there is diabolical. That's just what it is. It's just crazy. But this is why they will continue to receive these visitations. Like, if they thought the Most High was playing, they gonna find out. They messing around and finding out. They looking at the economy about to split open, crack wide open. They looking at the debt ceiling. Look, y'all know that the debt to income ratio right now is larger in America than it's ever been in human history, except for just on the face of the planet. Let's go to that real quick. Now, if anybody's like, that don't mean nothing, they don't know what to tell you.
yeah, just it's a lot that has to happen to America because America done a lot to the chosen seed, to the chosen people of the Most High. Like judgment has to come, and some type of like it just has to happen. So you really gotta you gotta love yourself to really move accordingly. Like you really gotta seek the Most High so He can lead you out. I know our people always say, "Hey, man, I don't have the money to do it." Say that you have the money to do it. Speak that. Meditate on that. Say, "Hey, I have the money to do this. Next week I'm gonna have this amount of money. Next month I'm gonna have this amount of money to get out this place."
Read
You
Deuteronomy
have to
28,
speak.
1
You have
through
to
14.
speak it. You have to speak it.
Yeah.
We are in a time of speaking and it shall be, like really. So you have to know that the Most High's power is real, and His power
Yeah.
is inside you. So you have to speak boldly and know that it's gonna come true. You have to believe and trust and know and have faith. Like, hey, this is gonna happen, and let it be. Like we gotta get out the mindset. We gotta get out that poverty mindset. Like you are blessed.
Yeah.
You are abundant. Like you can do anything.
Yeah.
The Most High can do anything. Nothing is impossible for the Most High.
Yeah.
Like he works miracles no matter what. So you just have to know that. You have to know that.
Yeah. And He's so practical. Like the Most High is so It's like, run out the church, y'all. Like, run, because this stupor that's over our people, contrary to popular belief, it's not the white man's problem. It's an issue with religion and the church that has people to like this stupor, this like spiritualizing everything on this super high, crazy high level. And it's like, it's so practical. It's so practical that Yahusha came in the form as human to make it that practical. Like, that's how practical it is right here, flesh and blood, that practical. That a spirit like the Most High Spirit can be housed in man to revive everything in your life, not just your spirituality. Because without the spiritual, the physical doesn't resurrect. So that means I should see resurrection in your finances, your business, your marriage, your children. If you profess to be of the kingdom of light, I should not see darkness in your fruits. I should see growth. I should see faith to faith, glory to glory. I should see Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. I should see Psalms 139. I should see Hebrews 11. I should see the entire book of Daniel. I should see Genesis 40 through 50. I should see Genesis 12. It's like, it has to make sense. Like, it can't be the Bible's over here and then reality's way over somewhere else. That's not logic. That's like a stupor. And you have to repent and get rid of that spirit because it's holding you back. It's so holding you back. Let the church go. Let them folks go. Let friendships go. Let whoever you need to let go, let them go tonight. For real. And get back to reality. Because when the Most High spoke to Abraham, he literally spoke to him in a dream. Abraham didn't just sit there and say, yes, great, great. He took action and left and went somewhere else. He put, well, I don't know if he put shoes on or not, but he actually took his feet, picked them up, and walked out of the land of his ancestors, left his father's house, and went where? To where the Most High told him to go. It was an action that he took. There's no way to get over or in between or to the side of that. That's just, you're in a physical realm. The Most High made man so that he could penetrate this realm. Not so you could be scared and just sit back and say, well, you know, the 9 to 5 gonna be here forever. Hey, you know, America's gonna always be here. Babylon's gonna always be here. I can always fall back on Babylon. You know, I don't trust nobody else, but I know Uncle Sam got my back. You're created for much better than Uncle Sam got my back all the time. And well, you know, I could just always go back to America and stay there forever. You know, I'll maybe stay in Africa for 6 months, but you know, I gotta live in America because that's my king. It's like, you gotta make it make sense. But let's get on this debt before we get off.
Yeah, you just gotta let the Most High mold you, please, because
these mosquitoes are ghetto, y'all.
Let the Most High mold you. That's just what it is, like, and that's what we always say. Like, once you like start to travel, your faith like just increase, your trust increase, and the Most High is able to like literally talk, like sit you there and talk to you and show you what you need to do, lead you into the way that you need to go to be good.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah. Y'all, now look at this. I just heard this from a CPA earlier this week, or sorry, last week. It's Sunday now. This is on trading economics. Now, we're breaking history again, America. Y'all, you know, we're breaking history. Americans, history has been broken. Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Leave a comment down below if you're ready to hear how history has been broken, okay? I'm gonna give y'all a minute. Let me know if you're ready to hear. The U.S. has allowed history to be broken yet again. Yet again. And you won't believe what it's for. TradingEconomics.com. The government debt to GDP. Let's break this down. The government has debt to GDP. This means a ratio here. We're contrasting and comparing two things. We're comparing the government debt to the gross domestic product. The gross domestic product is how many goods and service the economy is able to produce. The government debt to gross domestic product in the U.S. averaged 65% of GDP from 1940 until 2023. But since 2020, it reached an all-time high of what percent? I don't know how anybody thinks this is scalable. If you're in business, you know this ain't scalable. You know, you know, an all-time high of 126.3%. The American debt, and you know them folks, they were spending. They was like, send all the money to Ukraine, send all the money to Israel, send it all, and so this is what we have now. The government, and they just broke a record. Okay, it has never been like this ratio of government debt to the gross domestic product, except for 2 other ancient kingdoms, and America's only been alive for 300 some years. According to Trading Economics. Okay? And so the debt is higher than it has ever been since the 1940s. It's at 28.2 trillion. Okay? And so you just wonder. You really just wonder. Like, I just wonder, what does that lead to in 2025? If everybody's in debt, the landlord in debt to somebody, the bank's in debt to somebody, everybody's in debt. What does that lead to? That's not sustainable. But these are things they don't teach you in school. They don't teach you finances and stuff like that. They're like, you go work, I'm going to worry about getting more debt. So, that is crazy. What y'all think of that? Like, that's a big deal. That's a big
use that leverage, get in the right position, be in the right position. Like I feel like, I don't know if people know what crypto is, but Bitcoin, Africa is like Bitcoin. We can say 5 years, we can even say the beginning of this year. Like, Africa is, you need to be in Africa to be in that position, because what's to come is about to explode. And if you're in that right position, you're just gonna rise with it. Just rise, please rise.
Yeah, please acquire knowledge, you know, stocks, crypto trading, you know, because the economy will do a turnover this year. It's just gonna happen. You can already see it where the robots are right next year, where the robots are replacing jobs. People continue to be laid off. They looking around like, let's just bring some robots. Thank you, Elon Musk. You made the new robots.
I think Full Spectrum Survival, he was saying that people can't, like, their 100% of their income goes to rent, so they have to work 2 jobs to even like survive, like even get food, pay your bills. 100% of people's income is just rent. That's crazy to think about.
That's diabolical, man.
Okay, I think we're good, but one person will have to pay the bills with their 100% income. Another person will have to pay the rent with their 100% income. Like, you know, we always make fun of all these people, like all these Mexicans and stuff, like piling in cars and piling in houses and stuff, but that's where it's headed. That's literally what it's going back to. Like, hey, that's literally what happens here in Africa in a way, but it's more of a community than that. You don't see homeless people here in Africa. You don't, because it's really that love, that love for their community, and they don't want to see people just starving and sick and not taken care of. That's not love. That's not that's not the humane thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, really. But America, you see, man, you try to ask your family, look, I'm struggling right now. I'm about to lose my house. I gotta pay all these bills.
At least in the black community. White community don't do that. I've been around them, they don't do that.
Do you think me and my family can come stay with you? You know, we won't, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing
They'll be
like
like,
that.
hell no.
It's crazy to think about.
And that's how you know a society like that is not sustainable. It's a society based on selfishness, I'm gonna get mine, you stay over there, even if you're blood family. And we're like, we are so thankful we do not have that mindset when our children grow up. We are so thankful that we are available to reverse these curses because we so spiritualize biblical principles. But then when your neighbor comes to you, meaning even if it's your child, even if it's your grandchild, your niece, whoever it is that comes to you and says, hey, I need help, the Black American community be like, well, I don't know, you look, I don't know, I had to struggle. Like, so the whole lineage should struggle?
But yeah,
like what?
but
That's ghetto.
We really gotta we just gotta do better as a community, as a people. Especially like now, like food's about to be so expensive in the States. I mean, if it's already not, it's not like we there to know, but from what we hear and stuff, it's getting very expensive. So man, really find your community. Really find the people that can really help and really have a heart of the Most High.
How you know they have a heart of the Most High?
I don't know. You just gotta try their spirit. I can't really speak on that. Like cause we met so many people that say this and then really not walking it. So, yeah, you just find your community, because if you really need to stay with some people, that's probably the best bet. Like really, because what's coming in 2025, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. It's just gonna get worse. Everything's just gonna get worse. Like really. So you gotta be wise. You gotta like leverage your resources. And the best leverage is to move out and come to Africa.
The best leverage, the main leverage.
Or just get out of America. It's we say Africa because we are African.
Right.
So
right.
That's our mindset.
Yeah.
But I know there's other places, if you do your research, it's possible for you to be good too.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. You have to. Ricky says, do you have any upcoming events or programs for those that are looking to make that move out of Babylon? Absolutely, we do. We have the State of the Diaspora that happens January 12th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a short lunch break in between. Check out the link in the description. And then for those who are education consultants or you have some type of niche or expertise, we also have Black Educators Amplified Cohort 5 that begins January 19th at 2 p.m. It is an 8-week accelerator. You can check out the link in the description to apply for that as well. I'll be recording a video probably tonight or tomorrow on Black Educators Amplified, so you can check that out because we live in Africa through our remote companies and our investments. Through our remote companies and our investments, like residents, that's how we move and have our being. We have networks, all the things that you need to be an entrepreneur in Africa. And it's a great level of leverage, like we were just discussing. Business ownership.
You gotta sustain yourself in Africa. The name of the game is not just to come to Africa just because. No, now is really you gotta stay here resident. What do you have to do to really stay here? And that's what we talk about in State of Diaspora that's coming up. Like, what's the best option for you? Like the top 5. Like choose wisely. We break it down to the top 5 countries. What's best for you?
Choose wise, right?
Yeah, you got to really choose wise.
Because you choose the wrong place, you may be going back to America.
Yeah.
And this is the worst time to do that.
And this, like, if you make the wrong move today, it's gonna set you back like a year or 2.
Ooh,
so now you really got to make the right moves. You really got to make the wise moves. Like, really.
Yeah, and we do have the demo of the State of the Diaspora available at the link in the description. The demo actually shows you how we conduct our research because we are travelers, we are African travelers and investors. So we like to mitigate our risk. We like to see what opportunities so that we can have a good, even playing field in terms of residence, visas, business, finance, safety, security, politics. Like, we look at everything. Everything that can be looked at, we look at. And so you can check that out in the link in the description as well. Ricky said he enjoyed the testimony this past Thursday. I know, it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Since we are West African.
Coming up, same in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Something about Ghana, huh? But yeah, make sure you stay in tune. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit that bell notification, because Testimony Thursdays is something that like encourages our people to hear other people's testimonies. And it's very important for our people to hear other people instead of just us.
Right.
You know,
that have moved to Africa and been here over
exactly. So, and it's crazy how everybody that we talk to, it's an understanding. When you come here to Africa, it's an understanding. No matter where you go, like we here in southern Africa, we was in East Africa, but the people that we talk to in West Africa, we still can understand them because we are here in Africa.
Yeah.
So the people in the States that haven't been to Africa, I know everything that we say, you gotta really...
You're gonna have a learning curve.
Yeah, like that's just what it is. And I know people that's here in Africa that travel to Africa that does travel, you can understand and click and be like, okay, yeah, that's true. Like I can have that
culture and understanding.
Understanding the humility of Africa, really, the community.
Yeah.
So it's like, man.
Yeah. It's such a blessing, though. Mm-hmm. We were saying that on the Testimony Thursdays, like, it's such a blessing to even be able to have the conversations of, hey, should I spend some time in this region? Hey, should I diversify in this region? Like, it's just so expansive beyond even our wildest dreams and hopes. And that's what Ephesians 6 says. He says he can do exceedingly beyond anything that you can hope, imagine, and comprehend. And like, that's if you live being outside of America. That's literally, it just activates a level of blessing that's just like, Abraham experienced it.
It's a crazy thing.
Joseph, they experienced it. The increase of the Most High is just like,
and it's
wow.
It's outside of America. Like, America brought you there, they forced you there, they enslaved you there, they, killed you, they killed your ancestors, they killed your family, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles.
The dude down the road, all the folks.
Yeah, like, it's crazy to think about how that it's just a big cloud of witchcraft, a big cloud of spell cast. And once you get out of that cloud, that's when the increase, like, truly comes. Spiritually,
Yeah.
It's a big cloud.
Yeah, you can binge our channel as well to see all of the, I think we got like 500 videos over our move. We started filming when we were in Columbus. And yeah, you'll get inspiration for your journey because it's time to just don't look back. Abraham, he didn't keep looking back at Babylon. Lot's wife looked back, she turned to Sodom. We the type of people, we look at the Bible, we like, oh, I think that, you ain't got to tell me twice. I ain't going to look back. I'm not the type. You say don't look back, I ain't looking back. I ain't going back. Not interested. Well, I'll travel different regions, sure. But look back at America and be there? Nah. No, man. No. Couldn't do it. Couldn't be me. Especially these UFOs and all this. No.
It's so
no, absolutely not.
It's like, it's common sense. Like, man, what's the thing that you showed me earlier? The Maya business. You gotta say that. That's
I gotta get that. Yeah, that was. I posted on the community tab.
Oh, that was. That
did
was
I
it
think
right
I
there.
did? That was
That's
hilarious.
Literally it. But that's so true.
It is.
That's so true.
It is.
You gotta say that. Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, hold on. I can remember. Hold on.
It was like two things that people.
So y'all know that saying, mind your business, but you can't mind the two signs that you can't mind your business. These are the two red flags. You have no mind, and then you have no business. And then that was just it. That was the post.
Yeah, but that's the truth, though. Like,
for the good part. We can talk about the good part. Can y'all see us?
Okay, I think we good. But yeah, everything that
Mind, give me some wisdom and give me a business. Give me an idea. Give me some investment knowledge. Give me something, Father. I need to survive down here. You said occupy till you return. Help me figure out what to occupy, Father. As it's written, you must have written something in my book. If you said you are a good father, how much more? If you have earthly fathers, how much more would your heavenly Father be able to give you what you need? How much more?
Ooh.
But it's like really going to be a test. Do you believe the word or not? And we got to be in authority, you know? The different vipers and different spirits can't stand authority. When Yahushua was on the earth, they would always get mad at him. He called them, oh, generation of vipers. Is it easier to say your sins have been forgiven or get up out your bed and walk? This is the time for the authority. Those who walk in authority, the last remnant of people that walk in authority are going to stand up and they're going to move in authority. And the lukewarm are going to gnash their teeth. It's just going to be the end of it. And that it's just going to be that. Because that's what's written. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you got to choose. It's either you walk in authority or you don't. It's either you trust the Most High or you don't. It's either America's Babylon or it isn't. Which one is it? We know 100 million, billion percent. America's Babylon, America's Egypt, America is all that, and then some. And you're going to see it. If it hasn't been clear, it's going to be even more clear. It's going to come to the point where you just can't deny it, and you're going to start to say, okay, which way to Jerusalem, Father? Which way back to my homeland? How can I get out of here? That's what we asked in 2019. And he answered very quickly. He answered speedily with the quickness. And we were like, well, thank y'all. So, I think that's it for this video. I wanted to watch. Oh, well, I got to find the video I was going to watch. Oh, well. There's so much stuff I need to watch.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you just use some common sense and understand. Read these articles, because don't take our word for it. It sounds very confusing to me, to us, but read it yourself and see if it makes sense. Going on, have that same thought, simple thought, and just keep moving with it, instead of trying to like go back and forth and being confused. And that's what they're trying to portray with everything that's happening right now. Confusion. So
dozens of aircraft.
Just be aware. Just be aware of what's going on right now, because a lot's going on. Before 2025, a couple weeks is about to be 2025. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. I'm gonna go eat my nice, pristine macaroni and cheese, y'all.
Peace and blessings. Stay safe.
Stay woke.
Yes.